is an emergency fund?
Basically, it's immediate access cash.
People would put that in their savings account or their checking account and leave it there. And that money's dying because inflation's 2, 3, 4, 10% sometimes. And inflation's just dying. And the bank usually gives you less than 0.01%. So you're losing money on it, but that's okay because it's there for an emergency. So what did they say you need for an emergency fund?
6 to 12 months of expenses.
This was the standard thing you heard. Well, before COVID, 50% of Americans didn't even have enough money to cover a $1,000 emergency charge. But that's what they told you to have, right? This is a terrible piece of advice. And I'm going to tell you why. If you have 1 year of your expenses sitting in cash, I want you to take out a compounding calculator, take how much that is, put it in a year, and put low-end 8% average compounding return for the next 30 years. Do you understand what that is? That is insane. The amount of future retirement money you lose out on because this is sitting in your account. What emergency do you think you are going to have where you need to access an entire year's worth of expenses? Now I hear
Car, hospital.
What hospital asks you to pay cash before you walk out? There are going to be emergencies in life, but you don't need to have 1 year of cash sitting there dying at 12%.
So for every year that you have 12 months of cash right now that you don't use for an emergency, you've lost 12% just this year.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't have an emergency fund. In my mind, this is how an emergency fund should operate. There is very few things in this world where you need access to 12 months of your expenses at the drop of a hat. That money should be working for you.
But you have this thing called a credit card.
Credit card is the equivalent of
An emergency fund. Have 1 to 2 months.
in your high yield savings account plus 10%.
So take one to 2 months of expenses.
Take that plus 10% and do that for 2 months and put that in your high yield savings account. Then you have a credit card. Future you is going to be pissed when future you is sitting there at age 65 saying, I need to work like 3 more years until I have enough. Hey, you know that 6 months of emergency fund you sat there for 10 years that died in your checking account? Yeah, if you would have invested that in the total market and left it there for the past 25 years, you'd actually probably would have been retired like 6 days ago, not 3 years from now.